this Friday afternoon. I hope that everyone has a great weekend, safe weekend, and relaxation. Get some relaxation, have some fun. Whatever you have planned, just do it safe. My name is Shaka. My page is called Shaka the Realist. Why is it the realist? Because I basically just want to have conversations in regards to topics that are real. Everyday life, things that we go through. Me, myself, I have experienced a lot in life. My plans are to be completely transparent. Transparent so that I can reach other women as well as men that may be going through or have been through a situation that I am currently going through or maybe have been through. You know, and that maybe we can relate and I can reach people and I can help them get through it. Because right now, the times are really hard. Everyone knows it's November 2020. We're at a critical part in our life where the world is changing right in our face. We're during election times. We're experiencing something that we have never, ever experienced before. So I thought this would be a perfect time to maybe uplift, to maybe change the energy a little bit, switch it around a little bit. You know, we are very anxious right now because we're waiting and biting our nails. Some people feel like they are not getting the results that they should have or they wanted. Some of us may be getting the results that we want. No matter what it is, no matter who you're electing into the White House, our main common goal should be that we are on one accord, that we want to fix what we are in right now. We want to make it better, no matter if you're a Democrat or Republican. I think that the main idea is to make the USA a better place, to stop the racism, to stop dividing, to bring us together, okay? To fix our financial situations, to create more jobs, to bring poverty out, bring us out of poverty. All of the things that will affect our children, our grandchildren, their grandchildren in the future. It's a movement. We need to make a change. We don't need to go back into history. We need to create a new history. And this is it. This is what we're doing right now. We are actually creating history. So we need to have a better outcome than what we have had in the past, you know? So with that being said, I also want to have fun. I want to put smiles on your faces. You know, I want to feel like you've been touched. That's how I want you to feel, like you've been touched. You know, I want you to feel like you're not alone with whatever you're feeling. We all have the right to feel however it is we want to feel about everyday life. So every day will be a new topic. And I'm more than welcome to questions. And I will answer them as best as I can. So today, being that it's my first day, I just want to start by introducing myself. Once again, my name is Shaka. And just kind of give you an idea on where I'm going and what my channel is going to be about and what we're going to talk about. And I will talk about, like I said, personal experiences, what I've gone through in life, my outcomes, disappointments, ups and downs, all of it, whatever it may be, because we all need a cleansing. We all need some kind of cleansing. Life is hard and difficult enough. So we need some kind of cleansing, some kind of release to let it out. So we can bring in the positive energy and let out all of the negative energy, you know? So I know my biggest thing is anxiety. No, I'll take that back. My greatest thing is patience, in which I am a true believer in my God. And I know He's working on me with that. Okay, and with patience comes anxiety. And I am learning that no matter what in life, what goes on in your life, where you are in your life, no matter what it may be, we have our own plans. what we think will work, what we think is going to work, what we think we can do, what we think, okay? God had his own plans. So we're all on a journey in life, you know? So when things, and I'm speaking for myself once again, when things don't quite go the way I planned for them to go, when things just don't quite work out the way I thought it was supposed to work out, when things just happen that I did not foresee, but when it happens, it takes me into another whole realm of life that I wasn't expecting. But somehow, always, I make it through. And what I didn't expect, or what I didn't see, or what I didn't think the outcome would be, is always good for my own, for me. It always turns out for my own good. Always. So I am learning to have patience, because I myself think sometimes that I can conquer it all. I can do it all. And I can't. Not by myself. I can't. I just can't do it by myself. I need guidance. You know, we all need to feel protected. We all want reassurance that this is going to work. But there really is none. There is no reassurance in life until the outcome comes. We have to step out in faith. And anything we want to do, can imagine, and I tell my kids this all the time. Yes, I do have 3 lovely kids, 2 girls, 1 boy. And I always tell them, whatever in life you want to do, you can do it. We may not know how. And we may not know why we want this so bad. But you can do it. You have to go about it the right way. Now, how long it takes for you to do it? Will there be bumps in the roads on your way? Yes, that's what life is about. Bumps and roads. We have a journey. And in that journey, you're going to encounter people where you think that you're at your worst point, the worst point in life that you could possibly be at. And someone will be put into your life for you to help them. And you'll be like, how can I help somebody I can't help myself? Because sometimes people cross your path for a reason. And that reason may be to get you to the next step in your life. So we have to learn to stop thinking so much about ourselves. Because everything that you do for someone else, or every action that you take for someone else, is going to be a result in bettering yourself. And you may not see it in the beginning. Most of the time you will not. You won't. But the end results, you'll be like, wow, that makes so much sense. Now we can choose to curve it, go around. No matter how we try to do it, it's still there, and we're going to have to come back to it. You know, I always say this. Fear will stop us from doing so much in life. Fear of the unknown. Fear of the unknown is the worst fear ever. Fear of being hurt because you felt that pain before will stop you from living, will stop you from loving, will stop you from being the real true you that you can be. And fear of being hurt, and fear of not having the outcome that you expected it to be. But guess what? I always tell people, and I have to remind myself of this. Fear, on the other side of fear is your greatness. It's your greatness. So don't give up. Push through that fear. If you got to talk to yourself, I talk to myself all the time, and I'm not ashamed of it. Okay? But fear, you got to push through fear. Because once you push through fear and you come out on the other side of greatness, man, that fear gonna go away. Because in every opportunity there's fear. God will show you the end. And it will be so great. And he'll pull you all the way back and say, now walk through. Work through it. You got to work through it to get to it. And while you're working through it, I'm going to make you solid. You're going to be strong, because greatness, you have to be a great person in order to receive greatness. If you're not at your greatest, you cannot receive greatness. You don't appreciate it. You don't know what to do with it. You take it for granted. You know, you have to go through something and feel something deep down on the inside. You got to help some people out. You got to reach out to some people. Some people got to look up to you. You got work to do. I got this for you, but you got work to do to get to it. So Whenever you decide to start working, whenever you decide to start doing what I need you to do, because you got to understand, he works through us. He works through people. And we shine. He shine in us. So when people see you and say, God, there's something special about you. You know, when you run into people and you're able, okay, amongst the other things that I do in life, as I told you, I'm going to be as transparent with you as I can. I come across people that we talk out of nowhere, we just start talking. And then they're like, you know what? I'm so glad that I have opportunity to talk to you because I'm going through whatever. And just for that brief minute, maybe it'd be 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes to their destination. They're different. And you know, and it's just by things they're going through that I can just encourage them. Just a couple of words, not a whole lot. I'm not perfect. I'm still a work in progress. I promise you. But I know where I come from. So if I can touch anybody, I'm honored to do that. You know, there's times when I don't want to drive because I'm tired. These people are crazy in Atlanta. Yeah, I am in Atlanta. These people drive crazy in Atlanta, Georgia. You got people from all over driving, okay? But there's always a timing. So most of the time when you do what you just don't feel like doing, you like, oh my God, I don't want to, I'm tired, those are the times when you push it, just give yourself that extra push. That's when miracles happen. That's when you're end of your day, you be like, this was a good day. And I wasn't even going to go out. I wasn't even going to do it because I didn't feel like it. Sometimes the enemy's working against us to be like, nah, stay in that bed. You know your body hurting. You know you got a headache. Will remind you of everything that's going to stop you from getting to your destination. Don't forget that the enemy was an angel as well. So don't let nothing stop you. If you're determined and deep down in your heart, you feel like something is on my heart, this is what I'm supposed to be doing, do it. Do it. Don't let nothing stop you from doing it. And we never, as I said, we never know the end of our journey. But let me tell you, when God puts something in your heart and it's destined, He's going to give you everything you need to make it happen. He's not going to put nothing on you that he don't know the end to, and it's not for you. Because sometimes it's not going to be good. It's not going to feel good. But sometimes we need that to strengthen us. We need to know what don't feel good to appreciate what do feel good. You know? We need that little, that little uncomfort, that little discomfort, that what they say, learn to be comfortable when you're uncomfortable. Learn to, you got to learn to adjust because we have all these emotions and all these feelings. Okay? So perfect example. And being that this is my first video, I am going to be transparent with you about a situation that happened in my life. I'll start off in the middle, and one day we'll go back to the beginning and you'll be like, oh, wow, because that's how I was. Okay, so as I said, I'm a true believer, and if you're not a believer, whatever your belief is, wherever you get your strength from, wherever, mine is God, wherever you get yours from, hey, I don't discriminate. Okay, if it works for you, great. So mine is God. So I, of course, went through something in life. That's the beginning of my story. Okay. And I thought I had the solution. Okay. I'm going to go to school. I'm going back to school. Not what I wanted to do. Let me just say that. I said I'm going to keep it real. I'm going to be real all the way. Never wanted to go back to school. School, I'm not trying to go back to school. Go to school for what? And I ain't got, not doing that. God said, you're going back to school. I was like, school? I said, okay, for what? What am I going back to school for? Now, mind you, I went to school for fashion design. I went to school for cosmetology. I've taken real estate classes. I've done numerous of things in my life going to school, okay? Because my thing is, like I say, whatever you want to do, you can do it. So if whatever I had that came to me and I felt strongly about it, if I had to go to school, hey, school it was. But at this point in my life, I wasn't thinking about school, okay? So what I went through happened in my life. I'm thinking of how I can get out of it and never have to experience it again, which I will come back to. So he said school. I said, okay, school. I said, all right, so what am I going to take up in school? Go to school for what? So I had to think about it. I said, okay, well, let me figure it out. Let me figure this out. Let me think about what I can go to school for. Got to be something that's going to benefit me in the long term. Something that 5 years, 10 years down the line, there's still a need for. You know, something that, because the world is changing. The world is changing. You know, so some of the things that, you know, they're not going to need people for some things. They're going to have machines to do certain things. You know, they're going to have computers to do certain things. They're going to completely wipe us out of certain things in life. So my thoughts are, what is it that's going to be a necessity for 10 years down the line? Okay, medical field. I said, medical field. Okay, that's fine. What in the medical field am I going to do? So, nurse, don't want to really do, but medical assistant, maybe. Okay, so let me tell you how God will work through other people. Telling your blessing may be in someone else. My daughter, my youngest daughter, she was telling me about how she wanted to go back to school. She wanted to go to medical school for a medical assistant. I was like, okay, cool. I said, what was that school again you said that you was going to go to? She told me. I was like, okay. That was that. Driving one day, got a call to pick up someone at a school. Didn't even realize what school this was. So I go pick up the young lady at the school. And it dawned on me, that's the school my daughter was talking about. So, of course, I asked questions. How's the school? She explained to me she was going in medical. I said, okay, that's ironic. So I said, one day I'm going to come back and I'm going to check the school out, see what all they have to offer. So as I said medical field, medical assistant is what I was thinking. So I went up to the school one day. One day I had nothing to do. I said, this is the day I have to come up here to the school. Let me go up to the school. I went up to the school just to ask questions. I wasn't going to school to enroll. Went to school to ask questions. What it is that you offer, And then I'm sitting there and I'm like, so I found out everything that they offer, all the different, subjects or the different majors that they had in the school. So I was like, okay, I said medical field, medical. I wasn't feeling medical assistant. I wasn't feeling that. But they did have dental assistant. I said, wait a minute, dental assistant. That's right up my alley. Now I'm going to tell you why that's right up my alley. Because over 20 years ago, I was a dental assistant. How did I become a dental assistant? In New York. It's where I'm from. Currently residing in Georgia. 20 years ago. More than 20 years ago, because I've been here plus 20 years. So it was way over 20 years. Probably 30 years ago now. Now I'm telling my age. Anyway, but that's how long ago it was. My oldest child was a little baby. And I'm sorry, what happened to the light? 1 second. Later for it. Y'all can still see me. Okay, no light right now. Okay, so my daughter was a baby. I was in this program, it was on-the-job training program, right? So the on-the-job training program sent me to the dentist's office. Long story short, they trained me hands-on to be a dental assistant. Boom, I was a dental assistant. I was young, early 20s. I didn't appreciate it. Hey, never thought that over 20 years later, dental assistant, I would come back to be a dental assistant. Okay, so I was like, I got that. That should come easy to me, so let me do that. So I went into the dental, I decided to go to school. With me saying that, just the steps of what it took for God to tell me it's time for you to go back to school. Then when I did go back to school, I went back to school for a field that I was already in and familiar with. Not only that, for my daughter to tell me, hey, Ma, I want to think about going back to school for medical assistant at ABC school. For me to only go and run across a young lady that was in that school, for me to become more curious, for me to go and actually visit the school. Just see how things fall in play. Okay, so now I go to school full-time, work part-time, barely working to make ends meet. Within the process, I lose so much. I lose everything, house, car, everything. Credit, shot, lost everything, okay? But I said I'm going to stick it through because I believe this is what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm not stopping, okay? So I stuck it through. Finished school. Finished my externship. I worked in as a dental assistant in one dentist's office. One of the worst experiences ever, though I learned from it. Worst experiences ever. I'm not going to call out the names, but the worst dentist I've ever come across. Now, I've worked with dentists, as I said before. This was one of the worst dentists I've ever come across to work for. Okay? So I said, this is now, we know we're still in the pandemic. We know the pandemic hit around maybe, what was it, November? Within that time, November, October, November, December, wait, February, no, I'm lying. It's not November, December, February, around that time. February, March, yeah. That's when it really hit March. So I decided that I no longer wanted to work there. So I quit. Then the pandemic hit. Boom. Like a week later. I said, okay. Of course, I still work straight through it. So now I see that everybody started making masks. As I told you, I went to school, fashion design. I went to school, fashion design was my major in high school. Then, as I became an adult, when I moved down here, I went back to school for fashion design, which I didn't complete because I had kids and long story, but I didn't complete it. So now I see people making masks. My thought was like, oh shoot, maybe I should start making masks. But I was like, I ain't got time for that. I got too much going on. I had all my stuff in storage. As I said, I lost everything. 2 sewing machines in storage. I was staying in a room. Thank God it was just me by myself, not my children. So my thought, oh, I don't need to, I can't do this because it's not the right time. I don't have the time to do it. I don't have the space for my sewing machines. I just, I'm not doing that. Let me tell you what God will do. When God has a vision that you never foreseen, oh, you're going to do what he tell you to do. Okay. So, with that being said, a very, very close friend of mine, very, very close friend of mine, my sister, she told me that, our old manager asked her if I was making masks. Now, she and I had talked previously about this. I was like, no, I'm the same thing. I ain't got time. So I said, what did you tell him? She said, I told him you were. I said, why did you do that? She said, girl, go ahead and make that easy money. I started again. I don't have room for my sewing machine. I slept on it. God said, go get that sewing machine out of storage. I was like, okay. I went and got one. I told you I had 2. I went and got one of my sewing machines out of storage, put it on my little table in my little room. Went to the fabric store, bought just enough fabric for the mask that he had put in the order. Went to the fabric store, bought masks for his order. Made his mask. I've been making masks, clothes, you name it, ever since. Ask me, have I been back in the dental field? Nope. Unseen blessings and journeys, that's one for you. I didn't see that coming. So now, not only did I get my sewing machine that was in the storage, now I'm on 2 sewing machines in this little room. An embroidery sewing machine I wanted for years, never invested in. Boom, got my, and when I tell you, it became overwhelming for me. Overwhelming. I was like, wow, I didn't see this. I was like, so I did all of this going to school for dental assistant, and now I'm not even in a dental field. I'm sewing something that I've been gifted with for years in my life that I put to the side and never even, was like, hey, I say a couple of years ago I was doing some sewing, but once I started going through my transition in life, I put the sewing machine up. That was the last thing. Only thing I was thinking of, come to dental assistant, people will always need the dentist. And then that way I have some cushion to fall back on. I always have a job. I'll never go through what I went through before. I never have to come back down. Can't nobody, this is where my head was. Wasn't thinking about sewing. And now I have started my business with sewing. So I said all of that to say to you, we don't ever see the end. Whatever it is that you want to do, you do it. And now I feel so strongly about what I'm doing, I don't have the urge to work in a dentist's office. I've had a phone call. Hey, I got an opportunity for you to work in the dentist's office. From my own instructor. Beautiful lady, love her. And she said, think about it. And I thought about it. I said, okay. She told me the hours and the days. I said, well, I could probably work that out. That's not that bad. I could work that out in my schedule and still do my sewing. And then I had too much time to think about it. I said, wait a minute. I said, here we go again. God, is that what you want me to do? Yeah, I know I can. It's easy, but is that what you want me to do? Slept on it. Woke up. God said, that's not what I told you I want you to do. This is what you're going to do. And guess what? I don't regret it. So I'm saying all of that just to tell you that it can happen. And whatever it is out there in life that fear may be holding you back from doing, do it. Because the outcome is going to be great. And don't get me wrong. It's hard work. Was that it for me, going through hard times and the bumps in the road? No. I'm still going through my bumps in the roads. But I know what my end is. Where that's going to lead me to is going to be greater than anything that I've experienced trying to get there. So it keeps me going. Times I get tired, I don't feel it. But I love what I do. And when you love what you do, ain't no greater feeling than loving what you do. Because when you love what you do, you're going to become the best you. And don't forget that I told you that. You're going to become the best you. So don't stop. Just go about it the right way. That's all. Keep God first. And the rest is a wrap. It's not going to always be easy. Because we need hard times to make us strong. Because we need to be strong where we're going. I have to be strong for where I'm going. If I'm not strong enough for where I'm going, then when I get there, it's going to fall. So I hope I've encouraged you today. I hope I reached some people with sharing one of my stories with you. And as I said, maybe tomorrow I'll come back on and I'll tell you the beginning of that story. Because it's great. The beginning of the story is going to be like, wow. So when you think you've done all you can, or you think you've been through and you can't take no more, that's just God just showing you how strong you really are. That He lies in you. No weapon formed will ever prosper. So if you liked, please like my page. Please subscribe to my page. Once again, I am Shaka the Realist. I will be back with all different topics, all life's experiences. And until then, you stay blessed, you stay strong, and you stay positive. And know who you are. That's going to be another one of my subjects. Knowing who you are and what your walk is and what your purpose is here in life. Because if you don't know what your purpose here in life, you're just existing. We don't want to exist in life. We want to serve a purpose. Okay? So we can receive these wonderful blessings. And we can receive what is for us. So until then, love you, stay strong, and I'll see you again tomorrow.